I don't give a feck about Mozart or Beethoven or any of them funny name feckers. I'm Pádraig Sullivan. And I'm nice.
On March 12th, the 2023 Oscars will officially kick off. After viewing the January Oscar nomination list, the Movie Night Extravaganza crew picked a few of them to cover throughout February. That's right, the crew is making a play for Oscar hype. Our first entry is the critically acclaimed Banshees of Inisherin. Banshees of Inisherin was written, directed, and co-produced by Martin McDonagh, the British-English playwright turned filmmaker. Martin McDonagh's plays were known for challenging the modern theater aesthetic with their use of black comedy.
Why? Would you like to kiss Helen, Cripple Billy?
Well, I can't see Helen ever wanting to kiss a boy like me anyways. Can you, Bobby?
No.
But so you'd have took the McCormicks without payment at all?
I would.
McDonagh's first trilogy of plays in the 90s was known as the Leanne Trilogy. All three plays took place in Western Ireland in County Galway, where McDonagh spent his summers as a child.
Is that the one evening out you begrudge me?
Young girls should not be out gallivanting with young fellas.
Young girls, I am 40 years old, for fuck's sake!
The second trilogy were all set in the Aran Islands. The trilogy was left unfinished after McDonagh declined to publish the third play, The Banshees of Inisherin, after claiming it wasn't any good. With that, McDonagh expanded, first to plays that took place outside of Ireland, including one starring Christopher Walken and Sam Rockwell called A Behanding in Spokane.
You fell out of a tree. You must have forgotten that. Of course I don't have any black friends. What the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you climbing up a tree for in the first place at your age?
That's what I said, isn't it?
A balloon.
Behanding in Spokane was a play about a mysterious man named Carmichael who goes out in search of his missing left hand after it was severed 27 years earlier. Then McDonagh expanded into writing and directing films after feeling like writing plays wasn't connecting with him anymore. In 2006, his first short film, Six Shooter, which was 27 minutes long and starred Brendan Gleeson, won an Academy Award.
Do you have Pringles?
No, we get no call for fancy crisps around here. We have Tato's or we've Ripples.
Don't sell spirits, no?
It's 11 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, did I ask you what time it was? What I thought I asked you was, do you sell spirits?
From that short film, McDonagh got a deal with Focus Features to write and direct a full-length movie based on a screenplay called In Bruges.
You go right, don't you? You can see it from the doorway. It's a big fucking canal.
All right, Jesus, I just got here, haven't I? Okay, on the count of 1, 2, 3, go, okay?
Okay.
In Bruges starred Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, who would go on to star in Banshees of Inisherin as two London-based Irish hitmen who hide out after accidentally killing a young boy. From there, McDonagh wrote and directed 7 Psychopaths and 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
What these new laws said was, you're still culpable. You're still culpable by the very act of having joined those Crips and those Bloods in the first place. Which got me thinking, Father, that whole type of situation is kind of like you church boys, ain't it?
McDonagh went back to In Bruges stars Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson for Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh my God. You were gonna kill me.
Oh, you were gonna kill yourself?
What? I'm allowed to.
No, you're not.
What? I'm not allowed to and you are? How's that fair?
At the most fundamental level, it's a story about Brendan Gleeson's Colin, who decides he no longer wants to be friends with Colin Farrell's Patrick.
I just don't like you no more.
You do like me.
I don't.
You liked me yesterday.
Oh, did I? Yeah.
The backdrop of the sheer isolation of this mythical island of Inisherin is that the Irish Civil War is happening on the mainland. The Civil War means that Inisherin is largely cut off from the outside world, and the relationships between characters on the island become more fundamentally important. Banshees is particularly interesting after another movie about the conflict in Ireland, Belfast, was nominated for awards last year. Belfast was about the Troubles, not the Irish Civil War, but in that film, Kenneth Branagh tried to write a coming-of-age story about growing up as an Ulster Protestant. One of the most amazing things about Banshees is that the running joke is that many of the residents of Inisherin seem almost indifferent about who wins the Irish Civil War.
Who are they executing?
The Free State lads are executing a couple of the IRA lads. Or is it the other way around? I find it hard to follow these days. Well, it's so much easier when we was all on the same side and it was just the English we was killing. I think it was. I preferred it.
Well, you don't care who's executing who.
For 6 bob and a free lunch, I don't care. They're going to be executing you.
But the existence of this conflict adds an almost absurdist level of isolation to the characters' stories. Colm has chosen to reject his lifelong friend in order, or so he claims, to compose music on his fiddle and be free from his dull and pointless conversations. Martin McDonagh wrote the role of Colm for Brendan Gleeson, who is a fiddle player. However, after making that pronouncement, Colm continues to hang out at the local bar and hang out with pretty much everyone else. This shatters Patrick, who is taunted throughout the movie as being one of those good guys, but not a thinker.
Colm was always more of a thinker. Huh? Why, Sefri? I think. You don't, Porrick. You don't, Porrick. Your sister does, aye. Siobhan does. You're more of a... What is he? You're more one of life's good guys. You're more one of life's good guys, aye.
Patrick lives with his sister Siobhan, who's probably the smartest person on the island, and their donkey, horses, and cows.
It was the 18th century anyway. Mozart, not the 17th.
Colm makes the declaration that if Patrick will not leave him alone, he will chop off a finger from his fiddle-playing hand every time he talks to him.
What I've decided to do is this. I have a set of shears at home, and each time you bother me from this day on, I'll take those shears, and I'll take one of my fingers off with them.
This sets up some very grotesque stakes. I think anyone who has lived in a small town, one that is isolated from everything else, can relate to the sheer isolation and loneliness that is at the core of Banshees, as well as the incredible importance on personal friendships and relationships.
What?
Thinker. Oh! Siobhan, you frightened a little fella.
Throw it out, Porrick!
I'm not throwing his finger out. It'll get dirt on it.